breaking news here on
Let's
Dallas
go.
Mavericks today. Harrison Graham, Jeffrey Cooperstein. The Mavs have signed Jamarion Sharp to a one-year non-guaranteed deal. And if that name sounds familiar, Coop and I were hyping this kid up during Summer League, the 7'5" Bull. So we'll break this down and talk about, what his roster chances are. Could he be a two-way guy? What it all means. Chris Haynes would give him credit for dropping the news here as he gets that one-year deal with the Mavericks, undrafted out of Ole Miss, played for our old pal Chris Beard.
Yes, indeed.
Coop. So we'll break this all down, but hey, this is why you subscribe. Whether they're signing, trading for Klay Thompson or signing Jamarion Sharp, no news is too small for us here at Mavericks Today. We'll pass that along to you. That is our promise. So when breaking news happens, we got you covered. Hit the sub button, turn on notifications here on the channel. All right, Coop, your instant reaction to adding Sharp to the mix here is?
Interesting. I was very intrigued by him in the Summer League. When you see a guy who's 7'5" on the court and can kind of move a little bit, you always have a little interest. I had him as a winner on my Summer League winners and losers video that we did on the channel a couple of weeks ago. And I think the Mavs also thought he was a winner because they ended up signing him. Now, I do believe that this is a non-guaranteed contract. So he's going to have to play his way into a roster spot, whether it be a two-way deal or he gets a guaranteed deal or he even gets a G League deal with the Texas Legends, which I probably think is the most likely scenario. But the guy he can block some shots, man. And if you can do that at a high level, you can find your way into the NBA. You just have to have one skill that can get you in the league. And Jamarion Sharp's one elite skill is shot blocking.
Yeah, I mean, look, you look at his collegiate stats. It's not like numbers stand out a ton. He didn't play crazy heavy minutes, but 2.5 blocks a game. He'll grab some rebounds for you. And listen, you can't teach 7'5". Now, he's one of those 7'5" guys that he's not the most fluid athlete ever. So even if he fully develops, he would never be probably a heavy minutes guy.
Right.
But we've seen the Bobans of the world find roles in the NBA. Like, you can find these guys that can contribute. Now, I think he's raw. He's going to need to develop. I think in a perfect world, he is on a G League deal, or I'd even be okay with a two-way spot. You've got one more two-way spot open. But I like that it sounds like they're going to bring him through training camp at least and let him compete and see what he can do. And look, I think like if he develops a little bit down the road, he could be like a perfect third center. Whereas like Derek Lively's your starter. If Gafford's still here a few years from now, he's your backup. And Sharp, maybe he's your third guy that's not in the rotation, but on nights where one of the other two guys can't go or whatever, he could play a little bit for you. Because we saw in Summer League, like, he's a decent enough athlete where it's not just like he just sits by the rim in the college game because
100%.
there's no defensive three. No, like, he can actually move around and block shots. So I like the signing. I said it during Summer League, Coop. I would have liked to bring him on a two-way. That's not where it sits right now, but he is getting a camp invite, it sounds like. So A, B, C, D, or F, there's no downside. I'll sign a 7'5" guy. I'll give it an A signing.
Yeah, I'll give it a B, I guess. I mean, it's hard to give a letter grade on this kind of signing, but a guy with upside, 7'5", can shot block. It can't be a D or an F at least. So I think it's an intriguing one for the Mavericks going forward.
I'll talk a little bit more about this here on Mavericks Today, but we are sponsored by Game Time. And listen, I'm excited to watch this guy in the preseason potentially. So once that gets around, you can buy your Mavericks preseason tickets. Cowboys preseason tickets right now are available with Game Time, and we got a deal for you. If you download the Game Time app today, link in the comments and description to redirect you to the App Store. Use code CHATSPORTS. Get you $20 off your first purchase only. Terms apply there, but a lot of things going on in the Metroplex from the Rangers, all four sporting teams. If you're a FC Dallas fan, get out there and watch a game. And listen, concerts coming here left and right. So go check it all out with Game Time. They specialize in last-minute tickets for the lowest price guaranteed, zone deals, flash sales, because they're trying to put butts in seats, and you're going to get the best deal available with Game Time. So download the app today. Use code CHATSPORTS. Get $20 off. You're not going to regret it. Get out of your house and go attend some events. Okay, we kind of alluded to this, Coop, but one two-way spot left. Now, A.J. Lawson is still on the active roster as of now, technically. They still are expected to re-sign Markieff Morris, so potentially some dominoes still to fall here. But I would not be opposed to giving Sharp the last two-way spot. Like, if you're worried that he could get a two-way elsewhere, to me, two-ways should be reserved for guys who are unique and have a chance to become something. Like, it's nothing against A.J. Lawson. He just kind of is what he is.
You know exactly what you're getting.
He's
with
a
AJ
really
Lawson.
good G League player that never has a chance to be in an NBA rotation. Why not give it to a guy like Jamarion Sharp, who is 7'5", long as hell, can block shots, and is 22, 23 years old.
Absolutely. I mean, the other two-way guys in Brandon Williams and Kessler Edwards, Williams gives them, some spot point guard minutes that they could use in the middle of January if somebody's hurt. And then Kessler Edwards is a lengthy wing. So all of these guys have tools in the NBA that they can use. And Sharp, if they decide he's the last two-way spot, you have guys who can contribute to your team if you need them to. Now, ideally, your two-way guys aren't playing very much, and they're spending the majority of their time down in the G League. But what Sharp did in the summer league, obviously the points don't stick out to you, but the blocks do. 2.6 blocks in 40 minutes is not insignificant whatsoever.
Yeah, and again, it's not like he was playing 30-something minutes a game. He was playing like 20 minutes most games. So, his block rate is good there. He's skilled enough around the rim where offensive glass, easy, pass back, just passes from guards. He'll throw it down, lay it in. So, again, the one skill he has translates, in my opinion, in shot blocking. Whether he can develop enough offensively to be a decent, consistent role guy, who knows? But I'm intrigued, and I'm glad to see this happen because I thought for a Summer League team that didn't look that good, he was someone that popped most games. So we'll see what this turns into. Most likely, long-term, nothing, but there's a chance that something does happen here. Who knows?
Yeah, might as well take a risk and see what happens, man. At the end of the roster, you're looking for guys that you can kind of find diamonds in the rough, so I don't hate it whatsoever. This line may be really aggressive now that I think
Feels
about
aggressive.
it. I thought 4.5 was too low, so I went with 9.5. I don't know. So if you want to take the under,
If there's
if
there's an injury to one of your top two guys, maybe, but they still have Dwight Powell on this team. They still have Max Cleo on this team. He has to make the roster first, or at least a two-way. I'd probably take the under, but if you told me will he play in a game this year, I'd probably say yes.
Yeah.
I mean, out of 82 games, something's bound to happen where he gets a chance. Now, it may not be with the Mavericks. Could be somewhere else.
Could be somewhere else, exactly.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to follow, and I'm fascinated to see if this turns into something because 7'5" is 7'5", man. Like there's not many of those cats laying around these days.
Does Nico strike again?
Does Nico strike again? All right, he's Jeffrey Cooperstein. I'm Harrison Graham. We'll have a mailbag episode probably on Sunday, so check that out. Until then, go Mavs.